Okay, so maybe we can connect with present moment for a few moments and then try to keep this present moment connection for as long as we can. So try to find a comfortable position of your body. And relax any bodily tension apart from trying to keep the body straight. And also any mental tension, what you may find, you try to relax. Any worries or expectations. Just pay attention to what's happening right now. What is it in your experience what grab your attention? What am I feeling? Or what am I hearing? Or any other sense, experience. If it's bodily sensations, what am I say? What I may notice about this experience? I have a maybe unpleasant sensation. What else I can say about this? How I understand that this is present experience. It's not past, not future, but present experience. Okay, we try to keep this mindfulness of present experience. Interestingly, that this idea of kind of present moment awareness, I think it exists only conventionally. I think Bhante Devamitta speaks about this a lot. That it's actually we aware of whatever already passed, a little bit past, so a little bit behind. Just because we cannot watch more closely than this already past moment, that's why we call it present. But if more accurately speaking, it would be just like recently past, something like recently departed or recently gone, but very, very recently. So the more this time is recently, the shorter this gap between recently past moment, what I can be aware, and actually present moment, then I'm better meditator. But there will be always this kind of gap. So that's what I want to discuss today a little bit. How we can understand experience when in language we call it present or past or future. This is our language term, but how from experience we know that this is present, past or future? So the one sutta about this, and when I first read this sutta, I just read it up to the end and just feel, and what? And I mean, why Buddha even mention this? It's kind of obvious or something like this. But then the more you kind of reflect on this, the more you understand the details and nuances. And I want to kind of offer for you this sutta, but I don't have kind of final answer. I still feel that something more to be dig from this sutta. So hopefully you will find. Then please share. So the sutta called Niruttipatha Sutta in Samyutta Nikaya 22.62 in Khanda Samyutta, when they speak about 5 aggregates. And Nirutti, the word Niruttipatha, it's come from 2 words. Nirutti means language or expression. Pata means way. So in even English word path, we say pata in Pali, so some similarities. So the way of language or the way of expression. And the sutta starts that there are 3 way of expression, way of how we designate things, how we may describe things or something like this. And then he speak about that whatever form, I speak about all 5 aggregates, of course. Whatever form has passed, has ceased, or has changed, for this situation or form, we can call it past or was. So if I say something, I had a wonderful, pleasant feelings when I eat yesterday Team's Dana, for example. Today I didn't get a chance to have, but yesterday Dana I consumed and I had a pleasant feelings. That's what I might say, yeah, to describe to someone. It's just a way how I express things. But actually, what I experience, I may from present moment, of course, what we discussed, from present experience, what I have, I may say that this Vedana, these feelings, has been past, has been ceased, and has been changed. That's it. So I need to be aware of present experience to say this. If I'm not aware of present experience, how am I say that this form changed or passed? Yeah, like obviously that feelings from yesterday food I don't have now. So they changed, they passed, they ceased. That's why I call it past form or past feelings. So it's a bit different when I say, oh, there was not like wonderful this or that, or I had this nice thought that I want to dedicate my life for Nibbana, like, you know, a few years ago, and I still enjoying that thought. I don't do anything, but I just enjoy that thought. But actually, what I know, that this thought has passed, ceased, and disappeared, and changed. So this more, in a way, like dry experiential approach. So I just know what's happening now, and I just know that this, what I speak about, just passed. And this happens to me to focus on the present moment, not delight in this. Now we speak about past form, past feelings, or past evolutional formation, or past consciousness, whatever. But just I say, okay, is this past? It means now it's different, now it's otherwise. Okay, we come to this a bit later. So now then he say, whatever form, and other aggregates as well, has not been born and has not been manifested. This we call will be. We can call it, we can assign the term will be to that form. So it's interesting that, especially very often we delight in imagination about future, yeah. Or when I go to India for pilgrimage, I see was this or that, or I have a this or that form, or even like when I, for example, when someone work on his body, like try to lose weight, for example, or try to build a muscle. So he think, oh, my form will be like this in future. But what he may really say about his form, that this form, what he imagined, has not been born and has not been manifested. It's not actually interesting that Pali doesn't say yet, because we usually, when we speak about expected future, we say it hasn't been arisen yet. It means I expect this, yeah, I want this to come. But actually Pali say, this part of yet, it comes from our expectation. It's not our experience. It's not that we know that, okay, it's not a reason yet. So this yet always gives some hope. But this hope is not experiential point of view. Again, this sutta try to point the things that what we can experience, we can be sure of. We can say, okay, that form, what I want to develop, is not a reason yet. Or that my wonderful experience of India pilgrimage, not yet a reason. It's I can imagine about this a lot, and I can maybe hope for this, or maybe opposite, I don't want this, but only things what I might say from experience is not yet a reason. That's it. And this again, this kind of cut the proliferation path. Yeah, because we like to imagine things, or how would be wonderful this or that, or how would be like if I do this, I will get this or whatever. But if I just kind of stay with experience, it's not born, not manifested, not a reason. There's only three, or okay, we can speak about some synonyms of this word. Yeah, it's not yet here, and this kind of even yet would be not so correct. And that's it. So, like, thought moment of the delight in future would come much shorter. Would come different delight in present. Because we know from when you focus on present, when you stay with the present, there's some joy and happiness come naturally, because you kind of your mind abstain from any unwholesome or any worries or whatever. And lastly, whatever form and other aggregates has been born and has been manifested, we can call it is. We can call it it is. It's there, or we can call it present in a way. So it's also very kind of pure and dry experiential approach. This form, this feeling, this thought, what I have, it has been a reason. That's why I'm aware of it. It's not good thought, it's not bad thought, it's not my thought. It's just thought what has been a reason. That's it. And also, it's a little bit implies that whatever, especially when we have some experience with observation of these five aggregates, we know that if I say that this thought has been a reason, this will definitely cease after some time. Yeah, like, because everything would have nature to arise, have a nature to cease. Maybe if we don't understand it deeply as an enlightened person understand, but still from some vipassana, some observation, you may understand, okay, I had the painful feelings before, even the most painful feelings, now they're gone. Or same way with the pleasant. So it also implies some kind of detachment or disenchantment. Okay, these wonderful things is there, nothing abstractly to enjoy in these things, but I always need to understand that this will go. This not would be forever. So, and then the Buddha says that with these three terms of language, terms of expression, no one can argue. Like, who can argue with past, present, and future? That from experiential point of view, some things what has been past, we can call it past. Some things what not yet not arised, we can call them future, potential future in this case. All future is potential, and whatever has been born already, it's present. So even if person want to argue with this, I mean, how you can argue with this? It's just pure things. And also this sutta points out that sometimes we may use this language of will come or is or was, and we can use it skillfully, but we always need to understand what come behind this language, because we may speak different language, but if we have a different words or different understanding of how we describe things, like one Venerable mentioned that there was a book where a person lived in some, maybe it was Africa or Oceania, so some place where far away from all these technology things and stuff like that. People live simple, and he tried to understand their language, because their language patterns were different from all our languages, what we know. And he stayed there for many years, and then he actually realized that they speak only from present experience. For them, like if the Venerable says that if you come to them and say, I saw this or I heard this, like what you really experience, they may consider your account. But if you come to them and say, I heard from one who heard from one who heard from one, then they say, thank you, but thanks for sharing. It's not relevant. It's kind of imagination. And also, everything what you may describe in presence, they don't use this kind of future or past. They mostly like, it's not yet a reason, or it's already a reason, or it's kind of, it's past, it's gone, I don't experience it anymore. So interesting that probably they have a different understanding of time. Yeah, for them, like I don't know the details about how they measure years or something like this, but if you speak about experiential, I mean, for you, how many years passed, it's not so important. It's past already. Like, you see difference, the body's changed, the body growing, yeah, but how really old this body, is it really so important if you don't have a calendar, if you don't this yeah, you may say this body young, old, or like very young, or like maybe not very old, but not already young and not yet old. So this kind of criteria, but exactly like I'm 45, I'm 66. This would be maybe irrelevant, yeah, if you're not really focused on these things of changing. Every year we change the seasons. We just know that now it's time to put the seeds in the ground. Yeah, now it's time to take some fruit from the tree. So this means something relevant to our life. But how we can call it autumn or spring or whatever? I mean, it's a secondary. It's only kind of language patterns, poetic things. If we would not use it, we would not have whole books of poetry. Otherwise, how we can say? But still, so what I want to say is that if we kind of stay with experience, we save our mind from extra imagination or proliferation, what lead naturally to suffering. Because when we imagine and proliferate things, we kind of become more attached to these things, and these things change, and we see these things disappear, these things become otherwise. Then we suffer because we attach to it. So I wish all of you to experience the world from experience point of view. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.